All right, I think we're recording now. So once again, I want to welcome you all to today's class. This is day six, the penultimate class um, for now. Okay, and so we're going to be looking at something very important, and it's where most people fail. Well, most people at the end of the day haven't done everything right. They come here and then they mess up everything. Okay, the truth about the matter is every step of the equation it's very important. So you really want to do everything right. Okay, so um, so this is what we're going to be looking at today. All right. Basically, let me just give an introduction. From day one, we saw everything from mindsets. Day two, we talked about market research, how to identify and understand your dream buyer. Day three, and of course on product research. Day three, we talked about your lead magnets and offer creation, a bit of offer creation. And day four, um, we spoke about traffic, how to get people to see your stuff, right? And day five, we talked about nurturing your audience and the actual thing to post in order to generate leads. So now we're going to talk about, now you have generated leads, right? By getting prospects to raise their hands and say, "Oh, I'm interested in your lead magnet. I'm interested in this free ebook." Okay, and then you motivated them with your offer. Okay, they've taken your lead magnet. They've gone through it. Now we want to what we want to do is that we want to actually get on the call with them. Okay, so we want to look at when and how to book a sales call appointment, and then also the shocking lessons from doctors and how you can apply this in closing sales effortlessly. I'm going to show you how this will happen. Okay, so just follow me. Now, before I say, let me just say that now this is one of the things that many people don't do. Okay, most people when they generated leads, they've gotten through to their customers or their prospects, people that will later buy from them. They just send the offer to them and then they leave it like that. But I'm here to tell you that if you can get on a call with your prospects, okay, you are doing what about 98 to 90%, 99% of the people are not doing. And it has been proven that getting on the call with people helps you close more sales. In fact, it times 10 your chances of closing sales. Okay, your conversion rate. You following? So if you've not been, getting on the call, speaking to people over the phone about your offer, about your business, then now is the time to start. And I know you probably will be saying, "Oh, but I don't know how to do this. I'm probably a shy person. How am I going to go about it?" Yeah, that's what I'm about to teach you. Okay, I'm going to teach you the science, the logic, and everything behind it. Okay, so we're going to be looking at this: when and how to book a sales call appointment, and then the shocking lessons from how doctors treat their patients, and how you can apply this in closing sales effortlessly. Okay, now throughout my few years you know in the online space, marketing, trying to sell. I've read a couple of books. I won't say I've read a lot of books because I'm still learning and I still have a long way to go. But I've read a number of books and I've learned a lot too. But my biggest breakthrough came when I came across a book, Sell Like Crazy by Subi. And basically what I'm going to be sharing today is largely inspired from what I learned from that book. Okay, and basically what I'm about to share today is from that book. All right, so now what do I mean when I say, or before we go to, let us see it one by one. Okay, when and how to book a sales call. So the idea is let me just explain the thought process. The idea is you've done everything right. You've generated leads. You've given them your lead magnets. Remember, your lead magnets must be very powerful and of high value. So, having given, hope no one is trying to join. Okay. Having given your prospects your lead magnets, okay. Now, normally, you don't, like I say, you don't just give them your lead magnets and leave them to go. You want to leave a call to action for them to come back to you. All right. Now, when they come back to you, what you want to do is you want to capitalize on that lead magnet you've given them, all right, to book a sales call, with you, okay? So there are different ways to do it. Okay? But the idea is that you want to offer a free 15, 30 minutes or 45 minutes strategy session call with them. And in doing so, you need to detail exactly what your prospects will be getting in the call and how you will help them get closer to their goals. Remember, I said something that the fact that something is free does not mean that people will jump on it. Even if your offer is free, you have to sell it. And that's what I'm going to be showing you here. You want to get people on the call, but you also want to sell that offer, even if it's free, right? So I have an example here that I think I used it some time ago in my landing page or something. So this is how it went. So I'll just read it out to you, okay? I said, would you like a 15 to 30 minutes phone call? This strategy session will contain practical steps on how to go from zero to your first 1 million naira, even as a complete beginner. All right? This is my special introductory offer, and the reason I'm doing this is to show you that I can help you by actually helping you. Here's a tip of what you'll be getting in the 45 minutes free strategy session call. Number one, the true equation to wealth that the gurus won't tell you or that the gurus will charge you for. Number two, I'm going to tell you how to never run out of content that forces prospects to raise their hands as interested in your product or service. And I'm also going to show you, number three, the number one high income skill that will turn you into a professional and make top brands like probably Amazon, Jumia, beg you to take their money, and lots more. I won't end there. I will go on to say, now listen, okay? Now I'm going to put value on this call, even if it's free. I'm not going to say something like, see, my students pay me as much as 10,000 naira for this 45 minutes phone call strategy session because what I show them dramatically times 10 whatever they are making at the moment. So do not take it for granted. I am giving this out to you for free, and that is because I really want to show you that I can help you. And not just that, you also get a chance to join my over 7,000 WhatsApp community members where I share legitimate business opportunities daily if you book the call right now. But here is the thing. I'm a human being and I can only take a maximum of 5 calls per day. That means I can't possibly speak to everyone every time. So if you'd like to skyrocket your finances in the shortest possible time, then go ahead and book the call right away before the slots get filled up. I said, I can also add, this is not compulsory, but you can add, say, hey, CEO, this is not compulsory, but here's what I'm going to say to you. If at any time you are not completely satisfied with the performance of your call, we will give you an extra 1 hour for free. And if we still can't help you, feel free to opt out. We will give you a compensation and still apologize for wasting your time. You see, absolutely no way you can lose here. Okay, by the way, this call can dramatically take you from zero to your first 1 million naira in a matter of days. Plus, you still have a chance to join my WhatsApp communities and get daily business tips for free. Don't miss this for anything. You see how I booked that call? In as much as it's free, I also ensure that I place a lot of value on it. Okay? And I detailed out exactly what they will be getting. And I ensure that it's really powerful. And I mean, who wouldn't want to find out, what I have to tell them when I'm telling you that something can take you from 0 to 1 million naira in a matter of days. Okay? It's free, but you still have to sell it. You see this part here, this is why I said, but here's what I'm going to say to you. This is a guarantee. Okay? It's a guarantee. Even if it's free, I'm giving them a guarantee. And I said, if at any time you are not completely satisfied with the performance of your call, we will give you an extra 1 hour for free. And if we still can't help you, feel free to opt out. And we will also give you a compensation and still apologize for wasting your time. All right? And there's something I also talked about when I was talking about offer. Let me just try to break this down. I said, see this line here. I said, this is my special introductory offer. Okay? And the reason I'm doing this is to show you that I can help you by actually helping you. Remember, people are really skeptical these days. You can't just tell someone to book a call with you. A person will be like, why does this guy want to speak to me over the phone? Okay, I mean, I just met you. You just gave me something, your lead magnet. Why should I get on the phone with you? And you really want to tell them that, okay, this is the rationale. This is the reason. It's my special introductory offer that I give to everyone that comes to my community for free. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is to show you that I can help you by actually helping you. So all in all, I believe you are getting my point. So it's a free call you want to have them book with you so that you can actually get on the phone with them. All right, so let me check. Can you still hear me? Are you still vibing with me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, can.
Yeah, we can
All
hear you.
right, all right, great. Please just give me a minute. I want to check some. Sorry, I'll do that later. Okay, so let's go on. Okay. So like I said, it's when I really learned how to, we're going to look at this now, how to sell like a doctor in 6 simple steps. And I'm going to break it down for you and I'm going to tell you how it works. Okay. And like I said, it's when I really learned this, I really understood how to close a sale. Closing a sale is more than telling your prospects come and buy. Like I said, there's a way to say there's a way to sell your stuff without saying come and buy. Okay, now what do I mean by how to sell like a doctor? The truth about the matter is, I found out that about 90% of salespeople get it wrong. They basically, just vomit every feature and benefits that their services have, okay, during their sales message or whatever, and then hope that it hits the nerve or it hits the needle on the head of the nail, and then people will buy from them. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Okay, now, when I say how to sell like a doctor, when you book a call with people, it's equivalent to, or when people book a call with you, sorry, it's equivalent to having, an appointment with a doctor. Okay? And when you go to meet a doctor, you are simply going to meet him so that he can help you solve a problem. And it's the same with sales. Once you've gotten your prospect to raise their hands to identify themselves as interested in what you are selling, okay, and then you've motivated them with your lead magnet, okay, and then you've made them, get on the phone with you. It's now time to understand their pain points. It's now time to make a diagnosis. All right? Because you must understand that people don't just, you can't just meet someone for the first time and then start reeling everything you do. Start talking about the features and the benefits of your product and all of that. Selling is about taking your prospect from a less desirable position, okay, to a more desirable position. Okay? That is how it works. I want you to imagine something. Just think a minute and I want you to imagine something. Imagine you walk into a doctor's appointment and then the doctor immediately prescribe something for you, prescribe a medication, even before asking you what brought you in. How would you feel? I mean, you walk in there for the first time and then the doctor says something like, hey, I got this new antibiotic that just came in. I mean, they're from London, they're really good and I think they can help you out. I would like to write you a prescription, we definitely need them. I mean, you just got there. How exactly would you feel? That is the same way with selling. The first thing you probably say, why do I need an antibiotic? Why would this doctor not even want to hear me out? Okay? So if you're selling anything, that is the same idea that I want you to have. You don't want to get into the sales call and have like a preconceived idea of, oh, this is what I'm going to give the person. This is what the person, no, it doesn't work that way. Okay, yes, I understand that may be the ultimate goal, but you must have to start out by listening to the patient, as I'm saying patient, to the prospects. I might say prospect and patient, interchangeably, just get a point. All right? So I'm going to tell you how this works shortly. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have an accurate understanding of what brought the person in. Okay, you want to ask questions And as a salesperson, you are trying to actually diagnose someone's issue. Okay, and then if you think you can offer them and you can help them, you are going to offer, your services, your product to the person, and ensure that you make it irresistible, such that they can't say no. All right, do you get that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Have you followed up to this point?
Yes.
Only one person.
Yes. Following.
All right.
I'm following.
All right. So we want to go practical now. We want to get practical. Okay. Let me just please give me a minute. Please just give me a minute, please. All right. All right. So let's continue. So I said how to sell like a doctor in 6 simple steps. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to have an accurate diagnosis, or what we can say understanding of the problem. The first thing you want to do is that you want to find out your prospect's why. And this is very important, that you find out the real reason behind this call. And of course, you are the one that booked the call with them, and then you are the one that offered a free call with them because you want to show them something. But at the same time, you want to find out their pain points. You want to find out their why. Okay? So you can say something like, "Hello, John, so how may I help you today?" Or you can say something like, "Hello, John, please tell me your biggest motivation for taking the time out of your busy day and scheduling this call with me." Okay? That is how it works. You can also say something like, "Oh, so what would you like to get out of this call? What are the things you expect to get out of this call?" Okay? And basically, when you say something like, "Hello, John, how may I help you?" I want you to shut up and listen to what he has to say. Then, based on what he says, you can now dig deeper. And you can say something like, "Okay, so can you tell me more about that?" Or you can say something like, "What do you mean?" You can also say something like, why do you believe you are experiencing this? Or for how long has this been going on? Okay? Remember, you want to keep quiet to ensure that they say, more like they speak their mind. Okay? So when they are done saying what they have to say, the next thing you want to do is you want to find out where do they want to go with this call. What are they looking to achieve? Like I said, examples, John, what are you looking to achieve from this call? So that you don't assume that you understand why the guy actually went on the call with you. You want to find out. Instead, you start by saying, "Oh, so how may I help you?" Or what gave you the motivation out of a busy schedule to book this call with me? When it says that, you now want to delve deep. Okay, what do you mean? Or can you tell me more about that? All right. Then you want to find out where they want to go. You want to get your prospect to tell you about where they want to go and their desired outcome. Okay? Now, one way to do it, like I said, is by simply asking this. "So, John, what are you looking to achieve from this call?" Or, "How much money would you like to be making?" If probably it's like, "Oh, I want to make money. I want to make so much money." So, okay, so how much money would you like to be making? You want to understand where he wants to be after the end of the call. Still following? So that is how this works. So remember, you shone your light on the problem. Okay, they've told you exactly what their problems are, and then they've also told you where they would like to be. So what you want to do is to go to the next thing. But before you go to the next thing, It's very important. I want you to understand it's very important that you take some time to really understand this part. Now, the next thing is what we call the admission. The admission. Now, this is where you get your prospects to express everything they've been doing so far. Okay? How they have struggled, all their frustrations, all their challenges, what has worked for them and what has not worked for them and why. Okay? So that's how it is. When patients come to see doctors in the hospital, when they've talked about all their problems, their complaints. So you want to find out, okay, so what have you done about this? Okay, that's the first thing. Then having found out that, you now also want them to admit that everything they've tried, simply it's not working. Because if it were working in the first place, they wouldn't come to you. Okay, so you want them to admit, that is the admission. You want them to admit that they need a proven system and a roadmap to get success. You want them to admit that, I'm enough is enough, I'm tired of this, I need help. Okay? That's how it works. So you can say something like, so why is this important for you to figure out what is working? You can also say something like, what does it mean if you don't get a solution? All right? So I said, okay, so when they've they've told you their problems and everything, and they've told you what they've done before that simply isn't working. You want to say something like, okay, so you are telling me that, so what you are telling me is that what you have tried, what you are trying is currently not doing the job or it's not working, right? And then it sounds like you're finally ready to do something about it. They'll be like, yes, please, I need help. Okay? So you want to go on to the next part of this sales process. Please just give me a minute. I don't know why I'm cutting the call. Okay, sorry about that. So you want to go to the next part. Don't forget how we started. Understanding their why, finding out where they want to go, and then getting them to admit that what they've been doing is simply not working. So what you want to do next is that you want to deliver value. You want to do what? Deliver value. I don't know if I got the spelling of this delivery, but who English help? Anyway, so after you've established the burning problem, that they're trying to solve, this is the part where you now give them value. Okay, you want to give them value up front. So, of course, you now know some of their problems. You now know, what they're probably going through. You now know where they want to be. Okay. So now is the time to show them that you can help them by actually helping them. Now, this happens in the hospital a whole lot. I remember one time I went to the hospital, and then the doctor, haven't told him all what brought me to the hospital. He asked, what I've done about it, and then everything. So he now took a piece of paper and a biro, and then drew something for me, and then just gave me a slight, not a slight, but like a brief explanation of what exactly is going on. Okay, and then he taught me something. Do you understand? So that is what I want you to do here. Based on their problems, you want to solve their solution. You don't want to solve everything, but you just want to pick out probably just one of their main problems, and then show how you can actually help them to solve this to solve the problem. So, for example, if the person you are talking to is it's a business person, and the person is not getting a lot of leads, a lot of customers, and then that is like the reason why the person is on the call with you. What you can do is that you can actually show the person, from what you've learned and what you know, that you can actually get leads for free from places like Facebook groups and then Twitter comments, and then you just want to briefly explain how you can do that, like what I shared with you the other day. You can simply talk about how to position yourself as an authority, how to have an exotic profile picture, how to have a good bio, how to have a pinned tweet, right? How to badge into comment sections of large accounts, and how to strategically comment to get free leads. Now, what have you done? You have not sold anything to the person. You've not told the person about your offer, but you have delivered a bit of a value to solve a particular problem that the person has. Okay? So you can say something like, okay, John, I can definitely help you with that. Would you like me to show you a little of how we can do that and what will be involved? Person like, okay, yes, right? So what you do is that you now go ahead to say what I said before now. You now go ahead to offer value. You now go ahead to attempt to solve probably just one of the problems that the person has. Okay? Still with me?
Yes.
Are you still with me,
Yeah.
guys? All right.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes.
All right, great. Remember, people don't care um, um, how much you know until they know how much you care. So you want to position yourself like, oh, this guy is not really just interested in selling to me. You want to actually help them solve a problem. Okay, you want to show them that you can help them by actually helping them. Okay, you want to also leave your prospects better than you met them. And very importantly, you want to have them, thirsty, and you want to whet their appetite for the main course, for your real offer. Okay, so you providing value is you simply telling them that, oh, how about doing this way? How about try this? You are showing them that you can help them by actually helping them. Okay, that means you want to leave them better than they came to you. Now, regardless whether they buy from you or not, you want to deliver massive value. Remember that your prospects have probably been told a lot of things online before, okay, but they've never achieved results. So you want to deliver value. You want to help them solve, even if it's a tiny problem. Okay, so while they are really now their problems to you and their worries to you, you want to pick the problem that you can solve right there and ensure you solve it. Okay, that's how it works. I gave you an example of a digital marketer and all of that. It's simple. Just offer a bit of value. Just help them. Just give an advice just on the call. Okay, then having done that, want to go to the next thing. And the next thing is getting the commitment. Okay, so once you've delivered your value, okay, it's now time to get the commitment. Okay, so once you are done, you can say something like, okay, John, did you enjoy that? Or does that sound like the kind of help you are looking for? All right. Now, if you've offered value, you've helped them solve a particular problem, you can also say something like, would you like to know more of the specifics? Okay. You can also say something like, okay, John, it sounds like you are a good fit for this program. Would you like me to go into the actual specifics of how I think I can help you? Then John will be like, oh, why not? Yeah. So once you've done that, you want to go to the next thing, which is the prescription. The prescription. Now, this section of the conversation is you just simply telling them what you have to offer. This is where you drop again your irresistible offer. And then you want to tailor this to the specific problem they told you while you were having the call earlier with them. Okay? I want you to notice that this is the first time that you're actually talking about what you have to offer. Prior to now, you were just listening to them, okay, trying to establish communication, trying to find out their problems, trying to find out where they want to be, okay, trying to get them to admit that whatever they've been trying in the past has not been working. Then you want to deliver value and teach them or give them a tip of how they can better their lives or bring more customers to their business or probably make more sales or probably get a particular desired result. Okay? Now, then if you actually deliver a lot of value, then you ask them, did you enjoy that? Or would you like me to go into more specifics about how this can work? They will be like, oh, why not? So when you've done that, only then do you want to now give your prescription? Okay? Remember, a patient doesn't want to come to you and then the first thing you are doing before you even hear him talk is to prescribe. No, you want to hear him, you want to diagnose the problem, the pain, before you prescribe. Are you still following, guys? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's go on.
Yes.
So you can say something like, I said, say, okay, based on, I have a lot of typo errors on this slide. I usually prepare the slides like few minutes, few minutes to the class, maybe like an hour to the class, and I don't know why, but somehow I just feel I have an idea of what I want to say. So when it's like 8:39, then I get on my phone, and then I just try to come up with something, but I don't know. Somehow it has worked for me. So I have a lot of typos. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can say something like, based on what you've told me, it sounds like this will be a great fit to help you get, the thing they want and probably other things they also want. Now, in delivering your prescription, I want you to focus on the end result and not the process. Remember, you already know where they want to be. They probably want to make, I want to be earning 250K monthly. Okay, so you want to channel your prescription and focus on the result, not the process. I said, for example, if this fellow wants to have more customers in his business, and all of that, you can say something like, you will have more time, you will have more customers in your business, more time, less stress, greater freedom, and increased security. That's your prescription. You can also say something like, you will have more energy, feel great, and be able to fit into that wedding gown on that very special day. Perhaps that is a weight loss something. But my niche is like money, business, make money online, marketing, sales. So, that's what I talk about majorly. Okay, so that's when you want to prescribe. You want to drop your offer. Remember, it was at day 3. I taught you offer creation. I know I didn't go deep into it, and I wish that I would have gone deeper into it in this class. But I probably subsequently will look at that, or just refer back to what I taught you there. It still falls into place. So this your prescription is where you want to drop your offer. You want to drop your offer. What exactly you have to do. Okay, you want to drop your offer. Then lastly, the last part is the close. I was too tired to write anything here, so I'll just talk. But please give me a minute. Let me quickly get something done. Please just give me a minute. This class is going to be short, so please give me some time. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let me take this. So yeah, under prescription is where you want to drop your offer. Remember, can I still remember? Do you remember what an offer? Let me try to go back to that slide. So just quickly bring your attention back to it. But I won't open the slide there. I'll just check it on my phone. So when we're talking about offer creation, we talked about the fact that an offer consists of 2 things: what your prospect wants, okay, and then what they need to do to get it. And then we said that always sell what people want to buy. I said that your offer is everything you have. And I said that a compelling offer is infinitely more powerful than a convincing argument. Okay? Great. So I said there are 6 parts of an irresistible offer. We said number 1 is your rationale, the reason why you are doing it. Number 2 is that you want to build value around what you are giving out for free. Remember when I wanted to pitch the sales call appointment, I built value around it. I said that this call, people pay me 10,000 naira for this. But as an introductory offer, which is the reason I'm doing this, right? I'm going to be giving it to you for free. So the fellow will be like, oh, rather than pay 10,000 naira, so I can get this call for free. That is you building value around it. Okay? They also talked about, number 3 is the pricing. Okay, so you give your price. Number 4 is the premiums. People like bonuses, Nigerians especially. So give them some bonuses. Then number 5 is your guarantee, and then number 6 is scarcity. I also spoke about something about guarantee the last time, that you must understand that in every transaction, all right, there is always risk. And oftentimes what most people do is that they leave the buyer to bear all the risk. But as a good salesperson, you want to take all the risk. You want to bear all the risk. So you want to have a power guarantee. You must have a power guarantee. Okay? So basically, that's what I spoke about when it comes to offer creation. I believe that we're going to look more into that, as time progresses. I'm going to give you my template subsequently. But for now, just understand or go back to the class, the class I had with you then. I believe I spent some time talking about that. So your prescription is where you drop your offer. That's what I'm trying to say. This is where you drop your offer. This is where you drop everything, the 6 parts of an irresistible offer. This is where you drop everything. All right. And lastly, you want to close. Now, how do you close? You also want to tell you want to close the sales call, and then you want them to actually take action. All right. So you can also say something like this. Okay, I need to pay attention. You want them to, like I said, when I was talking about qualifying your prospects, you want them to now be the one chasing after you. So you can say something like, oh, John, I want you to understand that this is not for everyone. Okay, it takes time, it takes commitment, and it requires a lot of work. But I can assure you that you will see results. Okay, you can also say something like, what else? So, you can also do something like, what do you think about this? All right. What do you think about this? Remember, let me just take you back to the prescription. I should have focused a lot more on prescription, but I think I'll just leave it like that for now. Okay. So, of course, under your offer, you will talk about your price. You talk about everything about your offer. You're going to say it there. So when you want to close, you can say, okay, you can say something like, okay, you are probably clear and comfortable with everything I've spoken about, and then you know how everything works, right? Tell back, okay, great. You can now say something like, okay, so where do we go from here? Okay, now you want to say that and listen to the fellow to talk. And this, another thing that works perfectly, because you want the prospect to now prove himself to you that he's a good fit for this program. You can say something like, okay, John, based on what we've discussed, why do you feel you will be a good candidate for this program? And this is powerful because it now turns the table, and then you get your prospects to start selling themselves to you and start telling you why they should take this program, why they think they're a good fit, and all of that. Now, what you want to do, having said that, if you've not talked about your price and your offer, what you want to do is that you now want to state your price and what your services cost, and then I want you to say it with so much pride, conviction, and confidence. Do not pause for anything. You don't want to hesitate. You don't want to waste any second. You just want to say it. You just want to run on that sentence. You just want to keep saying it, and then everything you have to do, just want to keep saying it. I can't sound this enough. Just keep saying it. Just say it. Just say it. Don't stop. Don't ask for what they think about it. Just keep saying everything. Plus your bonuses. Say everything. Say everything. Then when you are done, you say something like, oh, so how does that sound, John? Okay? You can also say something like, okay, so where do we go from here? If John might say something like, oh, I think I don't have that kind of money for now, but I don't have that money for now. I would really like to take this offer, but for now, I don't have that kind of money. So you can say something like, oh, okay, apart from money, is there any other thing, that would stop you from taking this program? Or you can say something like, other than money, is there any other thing that is there any other reason why it wouldn't make any sense for you to go ahead and start today? John will be like, no, it's just money. Then you found out what the real issue is. Okay? Now, since you know that the issue is money, what you want to do is that you now want to, you want to drop what we call a power guarantee. Okay, you want to take the risk away from John, and then you want to put all of the risk on yourself. You can give everybody a money back guarantee or whatever. I taught you all of that in day 3, so you go back to that. You want to drop a guarantee. You want to give an irresistible offer that, John is going to feel stupid saying no, and then you want to cap it up with a power guarantee. Okay? Then when you are done, you can say something like, okay, so how does this make sense? Or what do you feel about this, John? Okay? And then you wait for him. He'll probably be thinking about it, probably have a lot going through his mind. And then I'll be like, oh, okay. Since you're giving a power guarantee, and since if you found out that money is the only reason why probably you can't take your offer, and you're giving him a power guarantee, okay, just give him the power guarantee and ask him a question and then keep quiet. Then John could say something like, oh, okay, so how does that work? Or you can say something like, what are the next steps? Or you can say something like, okay, let's do it. Or you can say something like, okay, so how can I pay? Or what is the process in getting signed up or started? How can you set up my account? Or what's the process for one to start? Like, you cannot go ahead and say, okay, great. Here is what it takes to get what you want to get and all of that. Now, you might think it can't be that simple now. I mean, all what I've said from the beginning, you can think, oh, it can't be that simple. But the truth about the matter is, it is actually that simple. And this is like the opposite of what most people are doing. And I'm telling you, this works every time. Every single time. Every single time. So in recap, like I said, this class will be short. In recap, we looked at when and how to book a sales call appointment, and then the shocking lessons from doctors and how you can apply it in closing sales effortlessly. Okay, so I gave you a template of how you can book a call. I think I forgot to mention this, but in booking a sales message or a sales call appointment, it's very important to understand this. I want you to, as much as possible, I want you to use a voice note, an authority voice note. Okay, now let me take you a step back. Your prospect has raised their hand, that's interested in your lead magnet, the free stuff you have to offer. They've come to your WhatsApp, right? You've given them that stuff for free, all right? And you've told them that, oh, when you are done, come back to me. There's something which was not explained in that video, that ebook, that I would like to tell you that you can use to start right away. Now, once they are done, most likely they will come back to you. Now, it's not compulsory. Some might not come back to you. Some might even forget to go through it in the first place. So you also want to check up on that. But once they come back to you, or you've reminded them about the lead magnet you gave them, what you want to do next is that you want to book a sales call and pitch your offer. But very importantly, before you pitch before you get on the call, you want to ensure that they've actually gone through the lead magnet you gave them. Okay? So the next thing you want to do immediately they are done with the lead magnet is that you want them to book a call with you. And like I said, you can use a voice note for this. Don't type. You can use a voice note. Now, people listen to voice notes a whole lot. And then also when you use voice notes, people get to feel your energy. They get to know, okay, this is a human being talking to me. They get to, They get to know you better. They get to like you. And then they get to trust you. Okay, so you want to use what we call an authority voice note. You can even have it pre-recorded. There's nothing wrong with that. Try it a lot of times. Pre-record it in your phone. You can have a script, just something like this on my screen. And practice. Have it pre-recorded. Then when they are done, you want to send it to them. And oftentimes, I think people are more attracted to when you have a WhatsApp notification and you have a message and then you have a voice note. People open the voice note faster than they open a message. I don't know, it works that way. People also open pictures faster than they open messages. So, so you really want to use a voice note. Okay, so you want to master this. And then having done that, you really want to get on the call and then close the sale. And I'm giving you 6 steps, that you can use. I said how to sell like a doctor in 6 simple steps. And I'll just go over them briefly and then we'll end this class. So number 1 is that you want to have an accurate diagnosis of the problem. We said that when a patient comes to you as a doctor, you don't just take your biro and take your prescription sheet and start writing whatever you want to write. No, you want to hear them. You want to ask, okay, what exactly brought you to the hospital? So how do you feel now? What have you done about it? Okay, you want to find out their problems. Okay, and I gave you some templates here you can use. Also, you want to find out where they want to go. If you are a doctor and a patient comes to you, he wants to be well, he wants to be fine, he wants to be okay, he wants to just go home as soon as possible. So also as a salesperson, you want to find out, okay, where do you see yourself in the next 3 months? Okay, how much would you like to be making in the next 3 months? Well, I think if I can make it 200K in the next 3 months consistently, that is okay. You'll be like, okay, great. Then, like I said, you can ask what the person has done before, right? And then you want the person to admit that everything he or she has been doing before is not working. Okay, that's what's called the admission. A patient will come to you as a doctor for consultation, all right, if he has everything all figured out. Okay, great. So once you are done with that, you want to deliver value. You want to explain. You don't have to explain much. Okay, you just want to take, based on what you've heard heard the person say to you, the problems that he or she, is having. You just want to take just one part of it and then deliver value. Offer a free tip, an idea of how you think they can solve that particular problem. Okay, and then you really want to offer value. I really can say that. I'm sure you offer value. That's why you actually have to stay on top of your game. And also, you want to get the commitment. Okay, you can say something like, "Oh, so would you like to know more about the specifics?" Or, "Okay, John, it sounds like you're a good fit for this program. Would you like me to go into the actual specifics of how this can work?" John will say, "Why not? You've won my heart already. Just shoot me already." Then that is where you go. That is where you now prescribe. It's called the prescription. The prescription. This is where you now drop your offer. Everything you wanted to say before, this is where you drop it. So go back to the 3 and then get back to the class where I talked about offer creation, and then have everything there. Listen to everything. Get your offer. I think that was something I actually gave you as an assignment, but you didn't do it anyway. So get your offer ready. This is where you now drop your offer. Remember, up to this point, you have not told him anything about what you have. You've simply just heard him, right? Trying to understand why he's talking to you. Okay, helped him solve just a fragment of his problems by delivering value. Then he will now ask, okay, I need more, right? This is where you now drop your offer. Okay, and then you close. And then in closing, like I said, you really want to qualify him. Okay, you want to ensure that he's actually serious about this. And then most people, what the excuse, the objection that they will have. Remember when we're talking about offer creation, we talked about anticipating objections. Okay, so most people, the objection that they will have is that, I don't have money to get it right now. So once you know that that is the problem, you want to find out if there's any other problem again. You'll be like, other than money, do you think there's any other reason why you think you wouldn't get this offer? Fellow will be like, I don't think so. So what you want to do is you want to cap it with a power guarantee. Okay? You want to inject scarcity. You want to cap it with a power guarantee. All right? Sometimes they generally will not have the money. So you can give them like a 24-hour period to probably speak to their partner or raise the funds and all of that. Okay? Remember, you want to put a lot of bonuses. You want to ensure you inject scarcity. Like say, okay, John, I can't assure you that next time we'll be speaking, this offer is going to be available. So what would it take for you and I to do business today? What would it take for you to get the offer today? Okay, then you keep quiet. You let him talk again. Always ensure that when you drop a powerful point, okay, you keep quiet and then let him speak. So you want to close. Basically, you close the sale, and then if money is the only problem, drop a power guarantee, and then you say something like, okay, so where do you think, where do we go from here? Then you leave him again to think about it, and then talk. We'll say something like, oh, okay, so how do I pay? Or can you give me till like 2 days? I'll get back to you. People say that a lot. That's another objection you need to tackle. People say like, oh, okay, so I'll get back to you. Nah, don't fall for that trap. What do you say when people say, I'll get back to you? You can say something like, oh, I mean, we're in Nigeria we day. Oftentimes when, you can tell him what I'm about to say, that oftentimes when people say, I'll get back to you, it's really because of two things. Probably they're not interested in this offer, or they really don't have the money. So I would like to find out what exactly is the situation here. Now, having said that, you want to leave him again to talk. You really want to get why he's not taking the offer at that point. All right? Then after that, you'll be like, oh, okay, can you give me 24 hours? I'll speak to my partner, I'll raise the funds, and I'll get back to you. Only then you now say, okay, probably this fellow is really interested. Now, you must understand that it's not everyone you get on the call with that will buy immediately. Okay? But what you want to do is you want to keep them in your space, and then you want to nurture them. That's what we talked about yesterday. How to nurture your prospects. I think that's what we talked about yesterday. So all in all, that is what it takes for you to, book an appointment call, and then the shocking lessons from how to, learn from how doctors attend to patients and how you can apply that to your sales message. And now this does not only happen via calls. It can happen virtually via any means. It could be chats, okay? It could be probably through a webinar. It could be via whatever. But preferably, I want you to get on the call with them. Remember, sales call, okay, it converts better than just chat or just giving your offer and hoping that one day they buy. You want to get on a call with them, and then you want to ensure that you do all of these things I've just said. Now, you won't be perfect the first time you do it. You will be shaky. You'll make a lot of mistakes. You'll be jittery. But I can assure you that the more you do it, the more you get better at it. And I can tell you that this is something that most people avoid. I can count, in fact, I don't know a lot of people who do sales calls. But I can tell you, it works. It works. It works. So if you want to convert better than your competitors, you really want to get on the call, get on the phone with them and close that sale. While your competitors are doing 1 to 2% conversion rate, you can do a whooping 10 to 20%. All right. So I mean, you're just starting out. You can't afford to do what the big boys are doing. They have the money, they have the traffic, they have the authority. You are starting out, so you want to take it a step further. You want to put in that extra effort, and then you want to get on the call with them and close that sale. It's as simple as that. All right, guys. So what's the task? I don't have a task for you today. Just go and do previous tasks. Tomorrow we'll be bringing everything together from day one up till today, and then I'm going to be telling you how exactly it works. I'm going to be giving you a product, an offer. I'm going to be telling you exactly how we're going to go about this whole mentorship. What I've done from day one up to this point is me just, giving you the what's the word? I'm trying to inject my why. More like I'm trying to tell you why I'm doing this. I want you to understand the principle. Like I said, this is not about tactics or strategies. It's about you understanding the principles behind it. Because once you understand it, I'm telling you, you don't even have to rely on all the numerous templates I've given you. You know exactly why you are doing what you are doing, and then you can apply it at every point in time. So with that being said, I think I will just keep it. I'll just keep it like that for now. So I would like to find out any questions. Are you still following me? Any question?
No question from my end. No question from my end.
Okay.
No question for now.
Question from here is
All right. Great. All right. So I think
No
that will be
question.
all. All right. I think that will be all for now. So yeah, please, I'm begging you before tomorrow's class, please go and watch the recordings, the previous lectures, the previous classes we've had, and ensure that you do your tasks. Because when we start tomorrow, when we start bringing everything together, if you've not done those tasks, you'll be lagging behind. I'm seriously begging you. All right, I'm seriously begging you to do that. So I understand that the video probably may have some issues with it, but just find a way around it. All right, so yeah, so in recap, from day one, we started by talking about your mindset. From day two, started by we talked about market research, product research. From day three, we talked about the perfect lead magnet. We also spoke about offer creation. On day four, we talked about how to get traffic, all right, for free from Facebook and Twitter. We talked about in day five how to nurture your leads, your prospects. And now in day six, we've talked about how to exactly close a sale. I believe this class has, been quite systematic. And if you follow through from the beginning, I believe you should have learned a thing or two. So can I just have, a few feedbacks? What do you think about the class so far, the sessions from day one to day six? What do you have to say? And I would like, everyone to talk, if you don't mind. So I think I will have to go one by one. So Ugochi, can you start?
I don't really have much to say for now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't really have much to say for now. All I have to say now is that I enjoyed the class. All along I've been enjoying it. I've been understanding but I really need to go back to my videos, watch them, all of them, then put them together before we get to the real thing, like the practicals and all that, so that I'll be able to follow. That's all I want to do now for me. But
Yeah.
the class, I enjoy it. It's okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Paul, it's probably not here. Amarachi,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
No.
Um, Thank you very much for that session. I the enjoy how you teach us in small bits of like different ideas in each class, and it all comes together. I like the order of things and how interactive it is. That's my feedback.
Okay, thank you. Kind, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Um, Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Uh, well, I just want to say first off, thank you for everything. So far, the classes have been opening my mind to a whole lot of things that I thought I knew that I've now realized I'm doing wrong, and I'm learning so much from it, and I'm really, really grateful. I called earlier to say I wouldn't be able to be there, but I just couldn't afford not to join. Even though I wasn't able to join early, I was still able to get a lot. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the efforts you're putting into it.
Thank you too
I
for
know
making
most times
yourself available.
I can be very, yeah, thank you very much.
You are going to say something else?
You said?
Okay, I thought you were going to say something else. It's fine.
No, 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 no. That's
All
all.
right.
Thank you.
Who else? Good news. Are you here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I really appreciate your hard work and I really appreciate your dedication. I know
Can you
it may
speak up,
cost you a lot
please?
of. I said I really appreciate your time, your dedication, and working on the program. I really appreciate you. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
And I think the thing is very productive. It's helping a lot.
What did you say?
Because from on to can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, maybe it's network. I said it's really productive. Because from onset I didn't really have an idea of starting up, promoting or doing all these ideas. But from what you've done now for the 3 days I've joined, it has been really helping me a lot. And I think I should put it in work to see the outcome. And secondly, sorry to say, I wasn't able to see all the videos on Telegram. I only saw the video of the 5, and I'm asking you if you could help post the other videos so I could go through them.
All right. I'll resend them again for the class. Hopefully.
Please, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Who else? Kingsley. You have anything to say?
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Good
So,
evening.
I'm gonna skip some days. I think one of the days I will not forget so soon was the day, second day, day 2. We talk about the letting of the product selection. I think that particular day was so much for me. I was like, wow. So I think that is a very big step to take. But you didn't get it right there. Most of the things may not ever get it right. So in general, I think I've done well. Although I need to go back and go through it from time to time, refresh my mind and get motivated. But in general, it's okay. Thank you and keep it on.
All right. Thank you. Lastly, goodness. You have anything to say?
Good evening, all.
Yeah. Good evening.
Okay, I don't have much to say, but the classes has really been wonderful. Like me listening to it, like there's no problem with your easy words and vocabulary, everything. You're just good, and the way you're teaching is very good, and I must really commend that. So I'm really grateful for everything, both for the mails that you send and everything, and I've really learned a lot. And I just want to say thank you. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you too for making yourself available. So, guys, I really appreciate. So, what will happen is, like I said, I'm still working on the videos to ensure that they come out better, and then that they are less. The sizes are large, so I'll try to also compress it and ensure that I'm still working on it. So all in all, we'll see tomorrow where we'll really start getting to the practical. So I appreciate you for making time out to come out here to hear me speak. And I really appreciate you. Probably don't know, but I really appreciate it. And things like this really encourage me to even do more. All right. Now, the greatest appreciation you can actually do for me is to ensure that you implement everything I'm going to teach you, or everything I've taught you, and everything I'm still going to teach you going forward. And then what brings joy to me actually is that you start seeing results. So, and those results will not come if you don't put in the work. So I want to encourage you one more time, to ensure that you put in the work. All right. So all in all, guys, good night. I think we finished early today. Yeah. So go back to the videos and ensure that you consume everything and then really understand all what I said. All right, guys. Good night. Have yourselves a lovely night rest. I'll see you again tomorrow, 10 p.m. Take care.
Thank you. Good
Thank you.
night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.